So if we look at these two swings now or setup, this was your before setup. As you can see, that ball now is pretty much in the middle of your stance, with the club head, I say, is in the middle of your stance. So that ball is back a lot more than you want it to be. Your hands are in the middle-ish of your body, which makes your hands on the club slightly weaker. Means your club face now is probably going to come into the golf ball a little bit on the steeper side and a bit open. And if you're getting that with a driver, you're going to have to try and lean back on it to get anything up in the air. And the amount you lean back will vary. Because if you're trying to move in this direction off this way in your backswing, how much you do that from shot to shot will vary. So you either do it too much and you top it or toe it. Not enough, you'll get that low smother. Or you do it just right and you nail it. But it's 1 in 3 or 2 in 10 or whatever it may be, okay? So you can see now at this setup here on the left, and we'll compare this one now to on the right. So this is the sequence you want to go to, okay? Left arm down by your side. You can just see now how your left arm and your right hand now look similar. Look at the difference in that left hand to that left hand, yeah? I've not said strengthen your grip as such. I just said, okay, just hold the club now down with your left arm naturally hanging from the shoulder. Our natural arm hang, put your hand in that position, yeah? This hand you're not even focusing on.
So my left hand is holding that club correctly.
That's in the correct spot there now, okay? So as you put your left hand on the golf club there now you slide the right hand down the leg. Get that tilt, there you go. So you get the sort of tilt, you see the shoulder at the top of the screen sort of tilting down. That's enough tilt. Your right hand now can come on the golf club. And you can sort of see, there's a little bit of a fidget around with your left hand there. You can see, you're sort of playing the trombone as I call it, okay? That's where if you go back to this grip here, that would be more neutral. So there's a bit more white showing of the grip. That's it. So only a little bit, but that's a little bit back there, gives you that sort of face. So at the moment, until you start hooking it, your left hand can't be far enough over, okay? So right hand comes underneath now with a shoulder tilt, okay? Then you set your finish. We look at the difference in these two setups here now. Look how the ball is further forward. You're behind the ball now at setup, so you're creating the angle that you want to hit the golf ball from, yeah? Whereas this one, you're looking more, if I just saw just that there, I think he's probably got about a 7 or an 8 iron, yeah? Based on the fact the hands are forward of the club head, the ball is back in the stance, and your head is over the golf ball. So what you do, maybe consciously or maybe not. You think, okay, I've got to try and create an angle. So in your takeaway now, you move off it. So now you're moving off the ball to try and create an angle in the backswing. Now, I showed you that at the start, but I've not said once to you today, don't sway in the backswing, have I? I haven't mentioned those words at all. All I've just said at setup is change your setup, get yourself, as we can see here now, further. There you go. So handing it. That's the one checkpoint just to remind you. They need to be over there. So there you go. There's your hands over your foot. All we've said now for you is, okay, change that setup, get yourself comfortable with the golf ball. And now from here, I mean, the line's a bit quick, but look at your head movement. I haven't said don't sway, have I? But your brain now realises I don't need to sway or want to sway because you're already behind the golf ball. So things are happening now without you having to think about doing them, which for me is a far better way of doing it. Rather than going, oh my God, don't do this, do this. You've got 25 different swing thoughts. If we just said to you, all your focus and attention goes on, boom, 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 check the hands, foot, yeah, great, give it a whack. Whereas before you were kind of maybe shuffling and shifting around to try and get different positions and then having to try and move into that good position in the backswing. Well, if you don't move the right amount, when you come back to the golf ball in half a second, you've got to adjust to it. I wish you all the best trying to do that because you're not going to do it very consistently, are we? Okay. So you've got that better setup. As I say, for me, it's almost like a lowercase y with your arms. A lead arm on the club nicely in line with the shaft there. Now when you swing the club back, you can just rotate. And now from here, everything now can go towards target. So you can finish more on that left side. Now you do fall back a little bit on this one, and then you kind of go back there. But the thing is, your brain is still under the proviso that you think you're going to hit the ball out to the right. Because that grip being a little bit weaker from what it was to start with would create that. Once you see a golf ball going probably a little bit drawy right, or maybe a bit to the right, drawy to the left, your brain will then start thinking, okay, I can now get here. I can now just start doing this. Yeah. And people go, oh, you give me too much credit for my brain thinking that. Your brain's doing the same thing with the anti-slice movement. That's why you're falling back. You didn't deliberately start. No one said, oh, yeah, to fix my badge, I'm going to start falling off my back foot. But you started doing that because of what your brain's seeing the golf ball do. It's just a human natural reaction, yeah?
Understood.
We do things, and this is why I say when we practice, we see a golf ball and we react to it, good or bad. If it's a great shot, I felt really good. If it's a bad one, we go, oh, I did this. If you hit 100 balls in a driving range, and at the best, you're probably going to about 10 or 15 perfect, about 25 of them decent, the rest are going to be sort of versions of miss hits. So you probably got 40 or 50 miss it. So that's 40 or 50 bad reactions or changes you're going to make, which is why people after about 3 or 4 weeks of practice.
I'm just thinking, not that,
Yeah.
you know, I want to have that finish, that balanced finish.
Yeah.
Not because that's the orthodox thing to do, but I know if I have finished properly and I've come through the ball and because that's the other thing.
Yeah.
I don't finish the swing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing because
I'm concentrating on hitting the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, I've hit the ball. That's it. I've done enough.
Yeah.
Now.
And as well, because you've had the shots you've been hitting, you've known if you make what would seem a conventional swing, the ball is going to go 50, 60 yards right. So you're now going to try and make some adjustment. And usually, if a ball is topping, towing, or slicing, or those shots there, the fix is that people are going to make it over the top, out to in, and flick it with their hands. Now, if I was describing any golf swing, those 3 things would not be a good thing in a golf swing, would they? However, you've got to do them at the moment to try and stop a ball going too far right. If we then said, okay, you're going to change your setup, get things a little bit stronger because of how your body is, not just turn your hands up, but just change your body position, what that will do to the club face is strengthen the club face.
Okay. I'm just noticing small things as well.
Yeah, of course, that's fine,
with the left foot. Maybe turning that out.
Could turn out a little bit, I suppose, to be fair. I mean, your range of motion seems pretty good, but if you feel comfortable having that there, it's not the end of the world, I wouldn't have said. But for me, getting that ball in the right spot is going to be key. Getting your shoulders behind the golf ball in the right format is going to be the key thing.
It's the head position relative to the ball.
But once you realise your head doesn't need to move back any more than what it does, it just stays there. Yeah? Brilliant, you see, you don't need to make... And the thing is, you've done that now without me saying once in this session now until this video started going that don't sway in the backswing. We showed you moving off there, but we didn't say, on this section, don't sway. All your attention now is how you stand to that golf ball. Yeah? Make sense?
It does.
Good man.